Okay, so good day, everyone. For today, we're going to have a discussion about quality management, specifically in production and operation management. No? Quality management, of course, play an important role no, in ensuring efficiency and competitiveness in the production and operation management, particularly in the context of our country. No? As the country continues to experience industrial growth no, and globalization, organization must implement a strong quality management system or the yung QMS to maintain high standards of productivity and meet international expectation. No? In the manufacturing and service sectors, no, quality management is essential in delivering products and services that satisfy no, our customers and ensure that it aligns no, with regulatory requirements. In the Philippine manufacturing industry, no, quality management ensures that products meet both local and global standards. So many companies adopt international standards such as ISO 9001 since 2015, which provides a framework for continuous improvement and customer satisfaction. Because these standards no, helps our businesses to improve operational efficiency, kasama dyan yung reduce waste at yung para ma-minimize yung defects, which ultimately enhances their competitiveness in the global market. For instance, export-driven industries such as electronics and textile place a high emphasis no, on quality to meet the stringent requirements of foreign clients. No? One significant challenges faced by production managers in our country is managing resources effectively while maintaining quality because the country's labor force is one of its greatest asset. No? Naniniwala naman tayo dyan kahit sa ibang bansa, preferred nila ang Pilipino. Yet, ensuring consistent quality across a large workforce can be challenging. No? Many companies address this challenge by investing in training and development programs that equip their workers no, with the necessary skills to maintain high quality standards in production. So in sectors such as yung food at saka beverages, workers are trained no, to follow strict safety and hygiene protocols, ensuring that the products meet quality requirements. And to give us more details about the topic, let us all welcome our presenter. Go ahead.
Good morning, classmates. Can you see my screen na? Di ko kasi.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead. Yes po.
Okay, so quality management. So these are the learning objectives. Develop a thorough understanding of the foundational principles of total quality management and how they contribute to creating a culture of continuous improvement within business operations. And explore the practical application of TQM principles in achieving operational excellence, emphasizing the integration of quality management into every aspect of business processes. So, what is total quality management? Total quality management is a holistic approach that prioritizes the participation of all staff members in the ongoing enhancement of procedures, goods, and services. The principles of TQM prioritize the pleasure of customers or customer satisfaction, the involvement of employees, and the systematic identification and elimination of deviations in operational processes. Quality management, which includes TQM, is also widely applied in various company processes. Organizations across various sectors, including manufacturing, service industries, healthcare, and even finance, employ these approaches to achieve uniformity, reduce errors, and surpass consumer expectations. So, application domains encompass process optimization, waste minimization, and the cultivation of a culture of an ongoing enhancement. So effective execution of quality management efforts necessitates robust organizational leadership and a culture that places quality as a top priority. Um, Also, leaders have a vital role in promoting dedication to excellence and aligning goals with the customer requirements. and ensuring that staff at every level actively participate in an ongoing improvement endeavors. So, kung i-relate ko to sa company namin, so merong time na naging isang strategy yung customer centricity. So, all parang lahat ng projects or process improvements are geared to customer satisfaction. Parang nakasentro talaga siya sa improvement of customer services. Ayun. Okay. Ay, nawala ako. Sorry. Nasaan na? Ayan. Okay, so basic quality is seen as a crucial aspect in achieving recurring sales and thus boosting sales revenue in all of these instances. Quality is the degree of which product or service adheres to predetermined criteria or standards. Quality standards encompass a range of features and variables that pertain to the product being created. So qualities will encompass or includes yung performance, reliability, appearance, and devotion to delivery time. The variables may consist of measurement variables such as length, width, height, diameter, and surface polish. So the majority of the aforementioned traits are associated with items or the product. Likewise, certain attributes of services that indicate their quality include adherence to promised deadlines, safety measures, comfort, security, reduced waiting time, and other similar factors. The characteristic of quality encompass performance, features, reliability, yung mga na-mention ko rin kanina. So first, let's discuss yung quality. Quality, before we discuss yung total quality management, let's discuss on quality and control muna. So quality is a subjective concept that is typically evaluated based on the product's intended purpose. So the quality of a product or service refers to the ability to meet or beyond the customer's intended use and requirements. So masasabi mo na yung product or service is of quality if nami-meet nung product or service yung expectation ni customer. Ayan. Although quality is a subjective concept that is typically evaluated based on the product's intended purpose. As Crosby's defined quality, it is the degree to which a product or service meets the specified requirements or specifications. Ayan. So, minsan subjective siya, depende dun sa, kasi nga parang nakadepende siya dun sa customer expectation. So, depende rin sa customer yung definition ng quality. So, fundamental factors affecting quality. First is, ito yung 9 M's. First is market. So, due to technological advancement, a plethora of novel items have emerged to cater to customer desires. Simultaneously, client demands are also undergoing dynamic changes. It is the responsibility of organizations to recognize demands and subsequently address them by utilizing existing technologies or by creating new technology. Next is money. So the escalating global competition demands substantial investment in new equipment and processes, yung mga process enhancement or purchase of new equipment. Syempre, it entails funds or money. So they should be incentivized through enhanced productivity. Since may cost siya, of course, yung cost, yung benefit should weigh out yung cost. One way to achieve this is by reducing the expenses related to maintaining and enhancing the level of quality. Next is management. Due to the heightened intricacy of corporate organizations, individuals at various hierarchical levels within the firm bear the responsibility for quality related tasks. So, yun yung sa management. Next is men or the people. This is the exponential expansion of technical knowledge results in the cultivation of a diverse workforce with specialized expertise. So this requires certain organizations such as the system engineering group to incorporate the concept of complete specialization. Yeah, so yung the people that you assign or you hire, for example, kung sa services ka, yung kung sa services ka or sales ka, yung mga dinideploy mo sa frontline. Yan. So, motivation by assigning the duty of achieving quality to each member in the company and implementing effective motivator strategies, the production of products that meet the desired quality standards will be problem-free. Next is materials. Choosing appropriate materials to satisfy the intended tolerance limit is a crucial factor as well. By appropriately choosing the material, one can achieve qualities such as a surface finish, strength, diameter, and others. So, ano naman, di ba? So, kung product yan or if you are producing a product, syempre, it is crucial that the materials that we use are of quality. Kasi it will impact yung ultimate product output if substandard yung mga materials na ginamit, yun, yung mga ganon. And then machines and mechanization. To achieve superior product quality and enhance organizational productivity, it is imperative to employ state-of-the-art machinery and automate diverse activities. Siyempre kung yung mga machines mo is kopong-kopong pa, yung mga luma na or minsan nagda-down pa or ang tawag dito, hindi na siya, minsan nagma-malfunction na, yun. So, makaka-affect din yun sa quality ng product. Next is modern information methods. Contemporary information techniques facilitate the storage and retrieval of essential data for the purpose of manufacturing, marketing, and servicing. And lastly, mounting product requirements. So it is the expansion of product variety in order to cater to customers' preferences, results in complexity in design, manufacturing, and quality requirements. Therefore, companies should devise a comprehensive system to address all these requirements. Ayan. So, yan yung sa quality. Next is yung control. Control is the process by which standards are set and adhered to. This process involves monitoring our operational performance, evaluating it against established benchmarks, and implementing corrective measures if there is a major deviation from the norms. So why do we implement controls or we put in controls in the process? Yung pinaka-objective kasi ng controls is to ensure that yung process uh, or yung output ng process will be as expected. Yung mahuhuli mo, kasi dalawa yung control, it's either preventive or detective. So if mag-employ ka ng detective control within the process, ito yung detective controls will catch yung mga faulty kung production yan or manufacturing yan, yung mga hindi nag-meet dun sa product standards or yung product qualifications yun. Kung preventive naman yan, you're doing the control para hindi na siya magkamali or hindi na magkaroon ng faulty products. Parang ganun. So, ayan. So, the standard sequence of steps of the control process are the following. You select the target object for control, select a unit of measurement, establish the default value, select a sensor device capable of measuring, assess the real-time achievement of objectives, analyze the disparity between the real and expected values, implementing measures. Ayan. So parang more on ano parang yun nga defining the standards by which yung products should align or should comply. Parang yung standards na yon dapat yung output mo or yung products will meet that. Ayan. Okay. So without quality, the following consequences will occur. First, there is no standard measure for evaluating uh, the quality of goods or services. Second, challenges in upholding uniformity in the standard of quality. Unhappy customers as a result of elevated expenses associated with the upkeep and operation of items or services. Number four, escalated expenses um, with reworking throughout the production or provision of goods and services, decreased lifespan of the products or services. Next, limited versatility in utilizing conventional replacement components. So, ano siya impacting talaga siya. Quality is crucial kasi it will affect din yung future sales mo, future performance ng company mo. So, we should do it right the first time, parang ganun. And then, maintain maintain yung quality that we offer to the customers by being consistent din na lahat ng products na ipoproduce um, is or complies with the standard or the services or the quality of the product that we are offering. Parang ganun. Kasi yun yung ine-expect nila. So dapat lahat ng produce mo or ibebenta mo in the market aligns with your offering or your product description. Ayan. So inspection. Inspection is a process of inspecting the components at different phases based on predetermined criteria and identifying and separating any faulty or defective products. So, inspection is one form of detective control. Kasi through inspection, yun, identify natin yung mga defective products. So these are the inspection objectives: to identify and eliminate defective raw materials prior to commencement of production, to promptly identify and address any defective goods during the production process. The purpose is to alert management to facts before they escalate into serious issues, allowing them to identify flaws and address the situation. Ito naman, ang example nito, if yung faulty or yung defective products is hindi lang siya isa, parang mayroong systemic cause. So dapat ma-identify 'yon. So na note mo siya during inspection. So you should conduct siguro root cause analysis. Ano yung nag-cause? Bakit siya naging faulty? Bakit siya naging defective? Para yung mga susunod na production, hindi na siya magre-recur. Next is to ensure low quality products do not reach the buyer, hence minimizing complaints. And last, to enhance the reputation for the excellence and dependability of the product. Yan. So yung objective na inspection yung kanina, ito naman yung purpose of inspection. So to differentiate between high quality lots and low quality lots, to differentiate between high quality parts and low quality pieces, to ascertain if the process is undergoing alteration, to ascertain also if the procedure is nearing the specification limits, to evaluate the quality of the product, next to assess the precision of inspectors, to assess as well the accuracy of the measuring device, to safeguard confidential information related to product design, and then to assess the capacity of the process. Siguro ito i-relate ko na lang din sa ginagawa namin sa audit. So, Kasi at some point nagiging procedure din namin yung inspection. Pero before we do the inspection, we should know ano ba yung parang what ano ba yung dapat? Ano ba yung standard? Ano ba yung nasa policy? Ano ba yung expectation? So we should know that para pag nag-inspect kami, yun yung hahanapin namin. So kung product to, yun yung i-ensure na yun yung i-check namin sa product if it complies with that standard. So these are the types of inspection. Floor inspection. Floor inspection is conducted on-site at the production location. So patrolling inspectors are responsible for examining materials in process at the machine or throughout production time. These inspectors transition between the machine and different work centers. Inspectors must possess a high level of expertise. This inspection method minimizes material handling, avoids disruption to the machinery's line arrangement, promptly identifies defects, and provides immediate field and correction options. So yan si floor inspection. So next is yung centralized inspection. This is conducted in a centralized location where all testing equipment is available. So sensitive equipment is stored in an air-conditioned space. Specimens are transported to the examination area for inspection. Centralized inspection might be located in one or more locations within the industrial business. Ayan. So, yung floor inspection, on-site siya. So, dun mismo ginagawa yung inspection. Yung centralized naman, yung mga samples or specimens are being brought into a single or central location para dun siya inspect. Next is combined inspection. Regardless of the inspection method, whether it is floor or central, a combination of two procedures is used. So the primary goal is to identify and preempt any defects that may not recur in future operations in order to assess the need for remedial action and ultimately ensure cost-effective quality maintenance. Yan yung combined inspection. So, combination siya ng floor and centralized. Next, yung functional inspection. So, this system alone verifies the primary function that the product is anticipated to execute. So, therefore, it is possible to examine an electric motor to verify its predetermined speed and load characteristic. While it may not disclose the specific differences among individual components, it can guarantee the overall good functioning of all components when they are assembled together. So yan si functional inspection. Next is the first piece or first off inspection. So the initial component of the shift or batch is examined. Parang ano siya, anong tawag dito? Yung first production, yun yung tinetest or yung ine-examine. So this is specifically utilized in situations where automated machinery is utilized. So ang objective niya is to ensure that yung subsequent batches will conform doon sa standards. Kasi kung na-check mo naman yung una, ang expectation yung mga susunod, the same na rin. Next is pilot piece inspection. This is carried out promptly following the development of a new design or product. So product manufacturing is carried out on the ordinary shop floor as long as it does not disrupt production. So if manufacturing is significantly impacted, the product is fabricated in a pilot facility. Ayan. Next is yung final inspection. So this is also analogous to functional or assembly inspection. It is conducted exclusively upon the conclusion of the task. This is commonly used in process sectors where it is not feasible, such as in electroplating or anodizing items. This is performed in conjunction with inspection of arriving materials. Ayan. So there are two types of methods of inspection. First is yung 100% inspection. Next, yung sampling inspection. So 100% inspection, by the term itself, um, lahat itetest mo. So it entails meticulous scrutiny of quality at every critical juncture or phase of production, employing non-destructive testing methods and examining each individual item individually. So time consuming nga lang siya, but you are sure na all of the products produced within that batch conform dun sa standards. Next is yung sampling inspection. This procedure involves the inspection of samples that are selected randomly. So the samples are collected from various sections of the products. And ang expectation is yung samples will represent the whole production. Ayun siya. These are the drawbacks of inspection. So the inspection increases the cost of the product. Um, Kasi parang ano lang siya eh, it doesn't adds to the value nung mismong product. Hindi naman siya added material that can enhance yung quality ng mismong product or yung expectation ng product. Pero it will uh, crucial siya kasi it will it's one of your control to ensure na yung mga subsequent product or all your products being produced conforms the standards. Next is the assessment process is somewhat subjective as the inspector must make judgment on whether the product meets the required standards or not. Yes, actually lalo kung sampling yung inspection. Um subjective din talaga siya minsan kasi depende dun sa nag-inspect eh. Pwedeng sa kanya it represents na yung buong population or um, or hindi pa, parang hindi pa siya masa-satisfy. Depende kasi yun sa methodology ng inspection, if at what point siya masa-satisfy. Next is fatigue and monotony might impact the assessment of any inspection. Ito example nito, since yung inspection kasi part siya ng process, 'di ba? Kung ginagawa mo siya multiple times daily, minsan nagiging comfortable na yung tao na nag-i-inspect. So, ah, dit may time or may chance na ma-overlook niya na. Parang since nagiging comfortable na nga siya, akala niya kahit nakapikit siya, nagagawa niya pa rin ng tama. Pero one of ano na rin yun eh, one of the weaknesses eh, kapagka multiple times mo siyang ginagawa or routinary masyado yung process. Next is inspection serves the purpose of distinguishing between things that are of good quality and those that are of poor quality. There is no method of effectively preventing the manufacturing of substandard products. So yun nga, since inspection is a detective control, uh, makikita during. So, quality control. Quality control or QC, it refers to the methodical management of multiple variables that impact the quality of the output. It is a system implemented to uphold a specific standard of quality in a product or service. So, ayan si QC. There are two types of quality control. First is yung offline quality control. It involves selecting and determining controllable product and process parameters in order to minimize the divergence between the product or process output and the standard. A significant portion of this effort is achieved through the design of both the product and the process. Yung na-mention na example is yung principles of experimental design. Ayun, are being discussed. Next is yung statistical process control or SPC. It is a method that entails comparing results of a process or service to a predetermined standard and implementing corrective measures if there is a difference between them. So it furthermore entails assessing whether a process has the capability to generate a product that satisfies specified specification or standards. It involves the collection of data on the product, process, or service while it is in the operation. So the remedial measure is implemented during the operational stage, real time. So ito yung mga steps in quality control. First is, yun nga, establish yung policy para ito yung magiging standard or basis ng products. And then establish the criteria and requirements based on the customer's preference, cost, and profit. Choose the inspection plan and establish a system for conducting checks. Identify departures from established standards or specifications. Implement remedial measures or essential modifications to meet established benchmarks. Determine the salvage strategy. For example, decide how to dispose if may nakita kang defective pieces, whether by scrapping them entirely or by reworking them kung pwede pa. Next, management of quality issues, especially kung recurring siya. So we need to address yung root cause. Cultivating a strong awareness and emphasis on quality, both internally and externally to the organization. And lastly, establishing protocols for fostering positive vendor-customer relationship. Ayan. So what are the objectives of quality control? First is, syempre to enhance yung company revenue. So we maintain yung quality kasi necessary siya to improve yung acceptability of the production to clients by offering features such as durability, increased utility, and ease of maintenance. Yan. Kasi kung if we can deliver yung promise ng product na durable siya, uh, uh, yun nga, yung ease of maintenance that we promised, syempre, it will boost yung sales ng company. Next is to minimize corporate expenses by mitigating losses resulting from defects. So kung ma-minimize mo yung defects na na-identify during production, it will cut yung cost ng production. Next, to attain the ability to produce goods on a big scale with the capability of being easily replaced or substituted. Next, to achieve maximum quality while minimizing cost. In order to guarantee client pleasure or customer satisfaction with high quality products or service and to establish a positive reputation and customer loyalty for the manufacturer. Also, it will expedite inspection in order to achieve effective quality control. And lastly, to monitor the fluctuations that occur during the manufacturing process. Yan. So, ano ba yung mga benefits naman ng quality control? Syempre, it enhance the caliber ng products and services, enhance the efficiency as well of the manufacturing process, commercial enterprises and companies. It also minimizes yung expenses, both production and administrative. Assessing and enhancing the commercial appeal of products and services. It lowers the pricing of goods and services for customers. Kasi syempre, part actually, yung mga uh, wastage, spoilage, uh, usually nag-i-impute din yan dun sa cost. So, if all products are being produced of quality, syempre, it will lower yung price din ng goods or services. Next is enhancing and ensuring punctual deliveries and product availability. And lastly, facilitating the administration of a business. Ayan. So there are 7 tools for quality control. First, yung Pareto charts. These charts help identify the major factors contributing to a problem by displaying data in descending order, highlighting the most significant issues that should be addressed first. So parang prioritization siya. So you should address muna kung ano yung pinaka-significant or high-risk issue. Ganon. Next is yung check sheets. It is simple, structured forms for collecting and organizing data. They are useful for systematically recording and analyzing information, facilitating the identification of trends or patterns. Next is yung cause and effect diagram or fishbone diagram if aware kayo dun. So this tool is instrumental in identifying the root causes of a problem. So it visually represents the various factors influencing an issue and categorizing them into primary causes or categories. Next, yung scatter diagrams. It displays the relationship between two variables, helping to identify potential correlations or patterns. They are useful in understanding the cause and effect relationship between different factors. Histograms naman, graph din siya, graphical representation of data distribution. It provides a visual depiction of the frequency and distribution of a set of values. They're particularly helpful in assessing the variability of a process. Graphs and flowcharts can uh, help us as well. So flowcharts illustrate the steps in a process, helping to identify inefficiencies, bottlenecks, or potential areas for improvement. So ito, useful naman siya. Kung meron ka kasi nitong graphs or flowcharts of the process, useful siya para alam mo kung at what point mo pwedeng inject yung controls para to ensure na yung mapoproduce na products or yung outcome will meet the standards or will uh, be expected. As expected, yan. So control charts monitor the stability and consistency of a process over time. So they help distinguish between normal process variation and potential issues, allowing for timely intervention and corrective action. So yan yung seven tools. Quality circles. Quality circles, it is an organizational technique that facilitates worker participation in quality. So yung concept ng quality circles, it actually originated in Japan during the 1960s. The notion of quality circles is founded upon the management style that encourages active participation. So the assumption is that production will increase by boosting morale and motivation, which can be achieved through consultation and discussion within informal groups. So, ayun. So, an informal collective comprising operators, supervisors, managers, and other individuals, they convene to enhance methods of product manufacturing or service delivery. Kasi sila yung mga nasa on the ground or yung nasa mismong production. So they are fully aware kung ano ba dapat yung mga dapat i-implement or at what point to ensure quality. Benefits of quality circles. Ayan. So the primary advantage of quality circles lies in their impact on individuals' attitude. which can be categorized into these three distinct groups. Impact on individual traits. Um, this consists of the quality circles, facilitating the enhancement of individual skills through group engagement and acquisition of specialized problem-solving techniques. Um, it also quality circles enhance an individual self-esteem. Quality circles facilitate the transformation of some personality traits such as shyness into a more active and outgoing behavior. Kasi minsan may mga people na hindi talaga sila magsasalita kung hindi mo hiningi yung or hindi mo sila kinonsult, hindi mo hiningi yung opinion nila. So, quality circle is the best way para mag-speak up sila. Yun. Kasi minsan sila yung may mga good ideas. Hindi lang nila ma-voice out. Next is the impact of quality circles on interpersonal relationships. So, QC enhances the supervisor's esteem for the worker. QC also enhance workers' comprehension of the challenges encountered by supervisors, including problem identification, resolution, and implementation. It also enhance management's regard for workers. And lastly, impact on workers and their characteristics. So QC alter the unfavorable attitudes of certain personnel. It mitigates conflicts arising from the working environment. Kasi with QC, since may opportunity sila to speak out, any conflict or differences in opinions na pag-uusapan. It also facilitates workers' comprehension of the underlying causes behind the swift resolution of numerous difficulties. Ayan. So, benefits of the TQM. So, doon na tayo sa TQM per se. Um, the advantages of TQM can be categorized in two distinct groups, which are customer satisfaction oriented benefits and economic improvement oriented benefits. Doon sa customer satisfaction oriented benefits, ito yung mga advantages niya. Improvement in product quality, product design, production flow, employee morale and quality consciousness, product service, and marketplace acceptance. Doon naman sa economic improvement oriented benefits, um, reductions in operating cost, operating losses, field service costs, liability exposure, and liability exposure. So more on cost reduction siya. Next is yung ISO, International Standards Organization. If I think siguro na-encounter nyo na to. So, may mga companies na ISO certified. They do that kasi parang if ISO certified ka, it will reflect dun sa product mo or sa services that you offer na you are offering products or services that are of good quality. Parang may ano siya, may connotation siya dun sa services or products na ino-offer mo. So it requires companies to possess a quality manual that adheres to ISO principles, encompasses documentation, quality procedures, and job instruction, and undergoes verification of conformity by auditors from external organization. So bago ka maging ISO certified, dapat mamimit mo yung uh, standards or yung international standards na na ine-expect ni ISO. May ano yon, may audit din siya, and these auditors are also expected na certified din siya ni ISO. May certification din siya to ensure na alam niya yung mga expectation, yung mga ISO standards. Yan. So, these are the items related ISO series pertaining to quality management. So ISO 9000, quality management and quality assurance standards, quality systems, quality in design, quality systems, production and installation, so 9002, 9003, quality systems, final inspection and test, and lastly, quality management and systems. Ayan. Ano ba yung mga benefits of ISO 9000 series? So, para dun sa mga companies, they apply for that because competitive edge siya worldwide. Kasi international standard siya eh. It also ensures consistency in quality by facilitating early detection of nonconformity, enabling prompt corrective action to be taken. Pwede rin kasi siyang way para ma-pinpoint mo kung ano, what's wrong with your process or your product para ma-address mo rin siya at hand. Next, documenting quality procedures enhances the transparency of the quality system. Crucial kasi yung documentation eh, documentation of processes, policies, and procedures kasi it ensures consistency all throughout the process. Even if magpalit ka suddenly ng tao, if documented yung process mo, hindi ka mawawala. Basta susundan mo lang yung documentation, um, the quality or yung process mo, consistent pa rin. Unlike kung hindi mo dinocument yung process mo, kung sakali naubos yung tao mo, expect mo na yung mga bagong i-employ mo diyan or i-de-deploy mo diyan, it will not ensure na pareho yung expectation or pareho yung magiging output, pareho yung um, pareho yung quality na mapoproduce mo. Kasi nga nag-iba na siya and hindi naman niya alam yung susundan niya. Next is ISO 9000 guarantees sufficient and consistent quality training for every member of the organization. It facilitates cost-effective purchasing procedures for customers. Customers who purchase from organizations with an ISO certificate can save on inspection and testing cost kasi alam niyang of good quality yun. And then next, this will enhance productivity, enhance worker morale and engagement, and degree of job satisfaction is higher. Ayan. So there are several key principles underlying the TQM philosophy. Next is customer focus. So understanding and meeting customer needs and expectations are central to TQM. So yun nga, more on ano siya geared towards customer yung ultimate customer satisfaction yung ultimate goal niya or ultimate focus niya. So example, conducting customer surveys, feedback mechanism, and analyzing market trends to ensure that products or services align with customer preferences. Next is continuous improvement. So yung principle niya is to consistently seeking ways to enhance or improve yung process and yung product. Example, implementing Kaizen, encouraging employees to suggest improvements, and regularly reviewing and refining processes. Employee involvement. So yung principle niya is to engage all employees in the quality improvement process. So example, empowering employees to identify and address quality issues, providing training, and fostering a culture of collaboration and idea sharing. Next is process approach. So the principle of that is to viewing organizational activities as interconnected processes. So ito, hindi siya yung silo. Parang process approach, you are looking at the end-to-end process as a whole. So yung first step, it will impact the second, third, and fourth. So dapat yung lahat ng stages na yon perfectly or at least nagagawa siya ng tama. Yun, kasi kung for example sa stages na yon iba-ibang department, may time kasi na silo thinking eh. Ito lang yung titignan ko, yung output ko lang sa stage 1, stage 2 bahala ka na. Dapat kasi all of that stages kasi will impact yung output or yung product mo. So dapat they are working um, as one. Parang nag-uusap sila to ensure yung quality ng products. So example, mapping and analyzing processes, identifying key inputs and outputs, and implementing measures to enhance efficiency and effectiveness. Next, strategic approach to improvement. Yung principle niya is aligning quality improvement efforts with the organization's strategic objectives. Example, integrating TQM principles into the organization's strategic planning during strat plan, ensuring that quality is a core element of overall business goals. Next is systematic approach to decision making using data-driven decision-making process. So example, implementing statistical process control, data analysis tools, and other quantitative methods to inform decision-making and identify areas for improvement. Supplier relationship, yung principle niya is to collaborate with suppliers to improve the quality of inputs. So example, establish partnership with suppliers, conducting regular assessments, and working together to enhance the quality of raw materials or components. Ito naman, we should maintain yung supplier relationship para at least to ensure na yung quality ng materials hindi siya nagbabago or consistent din siya. Ayun. Next is leadership involvement. It is the active involvement and leadership commitment to quality. Kasi top down siya, 'di ba? So kung yung leaders mo dapat ganoon din ang mindset towards commitment to quality para it will flow down to bottom. Yun. So executives leading by example, communicating the importance of quality, and integrating TQM principles into the organization's culture. Next is evidence-based decision making. So for this one, it is using data and evidence to make informed decisions. So example, implementing a robust data collection and analysis system to monitor KPIs and make decisions based on factual information. And lastly, education and training. So providing employees with the necessary skills and knowledge. For example, conducting regular training and programs on quality management principles, tools, and methodologies. Ayan. So the application of quality management in business operations involves the systematic integration of principles, methodologies, and tools to ensure that process, products, and services consistently meet or exceed customer expectation. So this approach is crucial for enhancing efficiency, reducing defects, and achieving overall organization excellence. So here are the key aspects of applying quality management to business operation. First is customer-centric focus. So quality management in business operations begins with a customer-centric mindset. So understanding the customer needs and expectations is essential for designing processes that deliver products or services meeting those requirements. Next is process mapping and optimization. Quality management involves mapping out process to identify steps, inputs, and outputs. Yun nga, like process flowcharts that visualize and analyze their operation, seeking opportunities for streamlining, eliminating waste, and improving overall efficiency. Next is continuous improvement. So the concept of continuous improvement is central to quality management. Regularly reviewing the process, gathering feedback, and implementing changes contribute to sustained operational excellence. Employee involvement and training. So quality management recognizes the importance of involving employees at all levels, providing training on quality principles and methodologies, empowers employees to actively contribute to process improvements. Next is performance metrics and measurement. So dapat we should also establish yung performance metrics to assess the effectiveness of business operations. For example, yung mga KPI or key performance indicators aligned with the organizational goals. Next is root cause analysis. So when issues or defects arise, yun nga, like what I mentioned kanina, um, it shouldn't stop there na, uy, may defect, tanggalin natin. Dapat, lalo na kung napapansin mo na recurring siya, we should be able to identify ano yung nagko-cause ng defect or ng error. Kasi mauulit at mauulit lang siya. Next is supplier relationship management. I think na-mention ko na rin to kanina. Risk management. Quality management involves proactive risk management. It is identifying potential risk in business operations and developing strategies to mitigate this risk, helps in maintaining consistency and reliability. Standardization and documentation. Ayun, yung na-mention ko rin kanina, yung mga SOPs, which provides clear guidelines, reducing variation and enhancing quality to ensure consistency. Next is regulatory compliance. Quality management ensures adherence to regulatory requirements and industry standards. Technology integration, leveraging technology such as QMS and data analytics, supports efficient data collection, analysis, and decision making. Automation can also streamline processes and reduce the likelihood of error. And lastly, customer feedback and satisfaction. It is actively seeking customer feedback and measuring satisfaction levels, to identify or ensure quality management. Yeah. That would be all, I think. Or that will be all for my report. Thank you so much. Any questions?
After mo, Miss Maristel, meron pa magre-report?
Ikot na ata eh. Balik.
Ikot na ulit.
Mm-mm.
Sige. Thank you.
Okay, for a while, no? Again, thank you so much, no, for a well comprehensive discussions of the topic that was assigned to our presenter, no. Technological advancement have also contributed significantly to quality management practices in our country, no. Automated systems and tools like enterprise resource planning, software enable organizations to monitor and control production processes in real time. So this system help identify inefficient or defects in the production line, allowing for timely corrective action, no? In industries such as automotive and electronics, no? Where precision is critical, technology-driven quality management has been instrumental in maintaining product reliability and consistency. In the service sector, no, quality management is just as important as in manufacturing. Philippine companies in industries such as healthcare, hospitality, and business process outsourcing have adopted quality management system to enhance customer satisfaction and operational efficiency. Let's say, for example, right now, no, BPO firms must meet the quality expectation of international clients while managing large volumes of data and customer interaction. So to achieve this, many firms have integrated Six Sigma and Lean principles not to streamline processes and minimize errors. Because quality management in our country is also closely linked to sustainability and environmental responsibility. Many companies are integrating suitable regulatory requirements. Ano po? And practices into their operations to reduce the environmental footprint, no? And of course, meet nga po yung regulatory requirements natin. Let's say for example, the manufacturing sector has adopted eco-friendly production techniques and waste reduction initiative to align with global sustainability standard. And these efforts not only improve product quality but also enhance the company's reputation in the market. So the government rules in promoting quality management in the Philippines should not be overlooked. No? Agencies such as Department of Trade and Industry provide support to businesses in adopting QMS, particularly small and medium enterprise, medium-sized enterprise, no? Or enterprises, or the SMEs. No? So the Department of Trade and Industry, or DTI's programs aim to enhance the productivity and competitiveness of local businesses by encouraging them to implement quality standards that meet both local and international benchmark. No, sa ngayon nga po, mayroon ang DTI na Philippine Quality Awards, no? Same po siya sa quality standards sa other country, no? Or other US benchmark natin, pinaka-benchmark. So quality management is a cornerstone of production and operation management in the Philippines. So it allows companies to deliver consistent and high quality products and services, ensuring customer satisfaction and enhancing competitiveness in the global market. So I believe by investing in employee training, adapting technological solutions, no, and integrating sustainability practices, businesses in our country are positioned to thrive in an increasingly demanding environment. So the government support and the adoption of international standards further strengthen the country's commitment to quality. So I think that's it for the first topic.